I've done a lot of challenges for the new Super Mario Bros. Series, but it seems like the 3DS game is always one I tend to forget about. New Super Mario Bros. 2 is one of the games I played the most back when it was first released, but not so much after. Thankfully, today we'll fix that by trying to beat this entire game without ever pressing left on the D-pad or the circle pad. And you know what? A challenge taking place on a pocket-sized console like the Nintendo 3DS requires a pocket-sized Nico. Introducing the brand new official Nico plushie. Look how cute it is! With this plushie by your side, you'll become an epic gamer. And because of its amazing fun size, well, you can bring it with you anywhere you go. Wait a minute though, is it touching a coin? You, take that off! That's right, the plushie comes with a removable coin, and since it's using Velcro, well, you can replace it with literally anything you want. The sky's the limit. Check the link in the description to get yours today. The rules are simple. We are going to try to beat New Super Mario Bros. 2 without ever pressing left. This means that we'll have to avoid dead ends, as there won't be a way to go back left. Unless we use wall jumps, because yes, this game series allows us to do wall jumps, which can be quite helpful. Alright, let's just jump into it. World 1-1 is a traditional first Mario level, with not much on the way to stop you. There's never a moment where you need to go left here, so this one is a total joke. 1-2 takes place underground and is also pretty straightforward, meaning going left won't be needed. 1-3 is the first level in this game that gives us the Super Leaf, which allows us to glide in the air. I'm sure this power-up will be more than welcomed later down the line. 1-Tower is the first level where not going left becomes a problem. As this is a tower level, you have to climb up the tower, and that means going left a couple of times. Thankfully, we can always wall jump off walls and blocks and do short hops to keep the momentum going. There's a couple of tricky parts with those moving green snake blocks, but there's always a way to make our way to the top with some very precise wall jumps. The boss is a total joke and can be defeated without us ever moving left. Speaking of total jokes, 1-4 is one, because of how easy this level is. You just have to walk from left to right and avoid enemies on the way. 1-5 is the first underwater level of this quest, and while underwater, you cannot do wall jumps to move back left, so make sure to avoid any dead ends and you'll get to the end. 1-Castle is also pretty easy, but it does contain a bunch of lava, so make sure to hang onto that rope up there and you'll be okay. Wait a minute, can we slow down this footage here? How does Mario hang onto the rope when both of his arms are not touching it? Anyways, when you reach the boss, we'll just wall jump off the right wall when needed and you'll defeat it. World 2-1 does feature a bunch of moving blocks and platforms, but these won't be much of an issue in this left-less quest. 2-2 features a bunch of wooden totems, and at some point you'll have to climb up one of those, so make sure not to move too far off to the right and you'll be good. 2-3 takes place underground and features a bunch of pokies on moving platforms. It's not exactly super easy, but if you're playing your cards right and if you move slowly, you'll be able to reach the end of it alive. 2-Tower is a very tricky level. As per usual, you'll have to do lots of wall jumps to move left to be able to climb up the tower. But there's a bunch of parts in this level with spikes on the right wall, and as I soon learned, you cannot do wall jump off spikes. Who would have thought? A Tanuki suit will be more than welcomed to help you make your way to the top, and it took me a couple of tries, but it is possible. 2-Ghost House is up, and in this level, you're chased by a giant behemoth, and normally you can face him by looking left to scare him and stop the guy, but since we cannot go left in the quest, well, we can't do that, which makes this chase way scarier, but it is possible nonetheless. 2-4 is full of pyramids that you have to climb, and this won't be too difficult. Just make sure to fall down this pit in the final pyramid to reach the end pipe without having to push left. 2-5 is full of chain chomps and these can hurt you badly, so be careful. 2-Castle is an annoying level with a lava raft that only moves when you stand on top of it. with moving blocks and enemies falling down there with you, not moving left makes it a little bit more tricky, and you'll need to be very careful, especially with those twomps over there. Yeah, this part was a little bit difficult, but with a bit of planning, everything will be all good. World 3-1 is very easy and only features those annoying cheap cheeps bouncing up and down. 3-2 takes place underwater, and you'll want to be careful not to get sucked into one of those big cyclones, but that's about it really. 3-3 is also very easy, featuring a lot of spider webs and spider enemies that you use to bounce your way to the flagpole. 3-tower, on the other hand, is very difficult. It's a tower, but it's all flooded, meaning there is no way to move left with a wall jump this time. And as you can see, there's a bunch of bonefishes and spiky walls on your way, and you do have to move left sometimes. Thankfully, those big moving blocks can actually push you left. You just have to make sure to have a power-up equipped, because you're going to need to damage boost your way up these spikes there. After you're done with that tricky part, well, just avoid every spikes, enemies, and pretty much everything that's out there to crush you, and you'll soon reach the top. 3-4 is an annoying level with poison water all over the place. The water level rises and moves back down, forcing you to be very careful on the wooden crates, but this level's not that bad. 3-Ghost House will ask you to jump on a bunch of platforms, while these pipas carry you to your destination. While you're waiting for the platforms to move, you'll be swarmed by evil boos, which is kind of annoying because you can't do much about it. 3-5 contains a bunch of annoying bloopers that seem to love you way too much. Thankfully, you can swim around them all and make your way to the end alive. 3-Castle is full of saws, and you'll definitely want to do ground pound attacks after every jump to avoid carrying momentum and touching an evil saw by accident. There is a vertical part too at some point, which will force you to do wall jumps while avoiding more saws, and while it looks kinda scary, well, this level ain't that bad. For the boss, well, just wait for the water to drain out to be able to jump on Wendy and do some wall jumps to move left. World 4-1 starts off easy with a traditional snowy level with a couple of spiky rocks to avoid, but you'll soon reach a tower you need to climb, and to do so, you'll need to do some very precise wall jumps, but it's gonna be okay. 4-Ghost House features 2 walls moving alongside you, and you have to wait for those walls to guide you to the end of the stage. Sadly, boos will be attacking you while you do so, but you know, you can still survive, and wall jumps will be very helpful when you need to move back left. 4-2 contains a bunch of pipes and piranha plants, so you'll have to make sure not to get bitten by one of these as you make your way to the flagpole. 4-Tower is a super slippery tower level where you have to wait for the elevator to move up, avoiding all of the enemies on your way up there. You'll be able to use the right wall to wall jump back left, and I do suggest staying as close to the left wall as you can to avoid getting hit by the enemies. 4-3 is a big slip and slide level, and if you just enjoy the slides and move to the end, you'll beat it in no time. 4-4 is full of mushroom platforms tilting left and right like seesaws, so make sure to jump when the timing is good. 4-5 contains our best friend, Mr. Cheap Chump. And be very careful, because this guy can eat you alive, and it's a one-hit kills if he does. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you have a power-up or not. 4-Castle is thankfully way easier, featuring a bunch of spiky boulders, but if you time your jumps right, nothing will stop you. It's actually one of the easiest castle levels in the quest. World 5-1 is an easy level taking place in the sky, and basically jump from one rope to the next and you'll clear this one. 5-2 is also very easy. It's filled with annoying Lakitus, but we can always defeat them and steal their clouds, making the stage a total joke. 5-3 is full of cannons that shoot you up in the sky, and I have to admit that this is very cool looking. Whee! Trust me, you'll want a super leaf for 5-Tower, one of the most difficult levels in the quest. Basically, lava is rising, and you have to jump on those metallic fences to move up faster than it does. You'll have to do a bunch of wall jumps to move left to make your way up while dodging the fire bars, spikes, and other hazards on the way. this level will require a couple of tries and you'll have to learn the ins and outs to make it out alive. But I can assure you that this stage is possible. It's just gonna take a while. 5-4 contains those mushroom platforms that move up or down depending on their color, and these are pretty cool. The level is super easy, so no worries. 5-5 contains a million bullet bills that you'll have to dodge, as well as more moving snake platforms that can be quite annoying. But if you're paying attention to your surroundings, this level will be cleared quickly. 5-6 is a very weird level. Basically, just run, jump, and bounce on the Koopas to reach the end in less than 20 seconds. Yup, that's it. 5-Castle contains its fair share of lava, plants, lava bubbles, and all sorts of hazards, but you thankfully never have to move left. World 6-1 contains a bunch of volcano boulders falling from the sky, and these things are really annoying and can destroy all of the blocks on your way. They do make the timing very tricky, but once again, be careful and you'll be good. 6-Ghost House is a maze to navigate, and you'll often have to move left, which will require you to wall jump and do short hops to keep the momentum left going. It's really tricky, but possible. 6-2 is an easy level where you just need to hop on the lava raft and relax on top of it until you reach the end. Nice! 6-3 is a traditional underground level, which isn't too difficult, thankfully. 6-Tower does look like a very dangerous level, with all of the fire torches on your way to the top, but you can always disable them and do wall jumps to move left when you need to, so in reality, it looks difficult, but it isn't. 6-4 contains more moving platforms held by ghostly peepas. Watch your steps and you'll be done quickly. 6-5 contains a bunch of those Bowser statues spitting fireballs at you, but thankfully they're quite easy to dodge. We have now reached 6-Castle, the final level in this quest, and this castle is really tricky to navigate, featuring lots of lava bubbles, fire bars, and all sorts of crazy things out there to hurt you. The timing is really precise to get in between the fire bars sometimes, but soon you'll reach this part with the Koopalings, which is easy if you hide behind the walls to avoid being turned into a stone statue. Bowser is up, and the first part is as easy as it's ever been. Hop on the switch and you're good to go. The second phase is way more difficult though, as you'll need to hop from one platform to the next. All of this while avoiding Bowser's attacks. Plan your wall jumps to move left when needed, and you'll soon reach the very top, and there we go. Bowser is gone, the princess is saved, we did it. So, is it possible to beat New Super Mario Bros. 2 without pressing left? Well, yes it is. This quest was way easier than I expected it to be, and to be fair, there were only a few difficult levels. So if you're looking for a quick and fast challenge, well, attempt this one. It's pretty fun. Thanks a lot for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, well, subscribe to the channel and like the video, will you? Grab your Nico plushie today before they're all gone, and tap the cards on screen right now to watch even more videos. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!